Most people think herbs fall into one of two camps. Either they're miracle cures that fix everything, or they're harmless little plants that don't do much at all. The truth is more interesting than either. For thousands of years, plants were our first medicine, and today science is finally testing what tradition always claimed. Some herbs hold up beautifully, some don't, and even the powerful ones deserve a little respect. So let's build something together, your first herbal medicine cabinet. 12 herbs worth knowing, backed by evidence, not hype. Plants are powerful. Powerful things deserve respect. Quick note before we dig in. This video is for education, not medical advice. Herbs are powerful, and that means they can interact with medications and health conditions. If you're pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or managing a condition, talk with a qualified healthcare provider before starting anything new. Here's the things. You don't need a cabinet full of 50 trending supplements. You need to really understand a handful of foundational herbs. Herbal literacy beats herbal collecting. So think of today as your map. In future episodes, we'll go deep on each plant one at a time. But first, one principle that'll change how you shop forever. Form matters. The same plant can behave completely differently depending on how it's prepared. Take green tea. A warm cup, gentle, and genuinely good for you. A concentrated green tea extract in a capsule, different animal. High doses have been linked to liver problems. Same plant, different form. Or turmeric. A sprinkle on dinner is food. A high absorption supplement is closer to pharmacology. So all through this video, we won't just say what an herb is good for. We'll tell you how to use it. I knew her. One more tool. To keep us honest, every herb today gets a rating on the Pure Herbal Wisdom Confidence Scale, 1 to 5 stars, based on how strong the evidence actually is. 5 stars, strong. Multiple high-quality human studies. 4, good. 3, emerging, promising but early. 2, mostly traditional use. 1, anecdotal. We'll tell you when the science is rock solid and when it's really tradition wearing a lab coat. Let's open the cabinet. First shelf, digestion. Our first herb you probably already have, ginger. Ginger is one of the best studied herbs for nausea. A meta-analysis of a dozen trials found it genuinely eases nausea, especially the morning sickness of pregnancy. 4 stars. How to use it: about a gram a day of dried ginger or freshened tea in smaller doses through the day. A quick myth buster. Ginger's a champ for nausea, but despite the hype, it's not a reliable fix for motion sickness. And one honest note on pregnancy. Some authorities accept moderate culinary use and certain medically supervised uses. Others advise avoiding concentrated supplements in pregnancy. The honest answer: talk to your prenatal provider. Right beside it, peppermint. If you deal with IBS, this one's worth knowing. Enteric-coated peppermint oil. And that coating matters. It lets the oil reach your intestines instead of your stomach. Has good evidence for easing IBS pain. 4 stars. One caution: if you get heartburn or reflux, peppermint can make it worse. And a note for parents: never put peppermint or menthol on the face or nose of infants or young children. It can trigger dangerous breathing spasms. Concentrated peppermint oil can also affect the same liver enzymes as some blood pressure and transplant medications. So check with your pharmacist if you take prescriptions. Second shelf, calming herbs. Let's start with the one everyone's talking about, ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is one of the most researched adaptogenic herbs. Studies suggest it can modestly lower stress and improve sleep. 3 stars. The signal's real, but the evidence is still maturing. Now, an important principle, and ashwagandha is the perfect teacher for it. Natural doesn't always mean risk-free. This is a powerful herb, and it's not for everyone. Avoid it in pregnancy unless a clinician directs otherwise. Use caution with thyroid conditions. There are rare but documented reports of liver injury, and it can interact with sedatives, immune-suppressing drugs, and thyroid medication. None of that means scary, it means respect. Know these, and you can make an informed choice, ideally with your clinician. Gentler, on the same shelf, chamomile. That classic bedtime tea has real, if modest, evidence for easing anxiety and improving sleep quality. How rested you feel, more than how long you sleep. One heads up that actually covers 3 of today's herbs. Chamomile, Echinacea, and Calendula are all in the daisy family. If you're allergic to ragweed, daisies, or marigolds, you may react to these too. Start cautiously. And lavender. Here's a nuance most videos skip. Lavender's strongest evidence isn't the diffuser. It's a standardized oral capsule studied for anxiety. That 4-star rating is for that oral extract. Aromatherapy is lovely and low risk. Just gentler. Never swallow undiluted essential oil. And one careful note. A small number of case reports have linked repeated lavender and tea tree the oil on the skin to temporary breast tissue development in young children. The science is still debated and it appears reversible. But to be safe, avoid lavender essential oil products on young children and use caution with hormone-sensitive conditions. Third shelf, immune support, and a plant with a serious safety lesson attached, elderberry. Some studies suggest elderberry may shorten how long a cold or flu lasts. Note that, shorten, not prevent. 3 stars. But here's the part you must know. Raw or unripe elderberries and the leaves, stems, and bark are toxic and can cause serious illness. Elderberries must be properly cooked. Use quality prepared syrups or extracts. This isn't a reason to fear elderberry. It's the whole reason preparation knowledge matters. Respect the plant, prepare it right, and it's a useful ally. Right beside it, Echinacea. And I want to slow down here, because Echinacea is the perfect example of how we read evidence at Pure Herbal Wisdom. Here's the method. What does tradition say? Echinacea prevents colds. What does the science actually show? It's mixed. The biggest review, a Cochrane analysis of 24 trials, found it doesn't reliably prevent colds. There may be a small benefit taken early, but it's not the guaranteed shield it's marketed as, and what's still uncertain. Products vary enormously, which makes results hard to compare. That's the PHW approach in a nutshell. We let claims meet proof. Echinacea isn't useless. It's just, honestly, a 2 to 3 star herb, not a 5. Fourth shelf, your heart and your joints. Garlic. Beyond the kitchen, garlic, and especially aged garlic extract, has good evidence for modestly lowering blood pressure and cholesterol. 4 stars. Just hold on to modest and adjunct. It supports heart health, it doesn't replace your medication. One specific heads up. If you take HIV protease inhibitors like Saquin-Avir, garlic supplements can significantly lower the medication's levels. So there, keep garlic in the kitchen, not the supplement bottle. Next, green tea. Remember our opening principle? Here's the payoff. Brewed green tea, a couple of cups a day, has good evidence for modest heart and metabolic benefits, and it's very safe. But those concentrated extract capsules sold for weight loss, that's where rare liver injury has shown up, especially on an empty stomach. And the weight loss magic is mostly marketing. Sometimes the humble cup beats the fancy capsule. One practical tip, green tea can block your body from absorbing iron from food. So if you run low on iron, enjoy your tea between meals. One more for this shelf, and it's the perfect lesson in form matters. Turmeric. The most studied use for turmeric, really its active compound curcumin, is easing the pain and stiffness of knee osteoarthritis. 3 stars. Promising, still maturing. But here's the catch that ties our whole video together. On its own, curcumin is barely absorbed. A sprinkle on dinner is mostly flavor. So supplements pair it with black pepper to boost absorption, and that does work. The myth to retire: more absorbable doesn't automatically mean safer or better for everyone. In fact, it's the high absorption forms that carry turmeric's main risk. Rare but real cases of liver injury have been linked to high absorption turmeric supplements, not the spice on your food. It can also add to blood thinning effects, and supplement doses should be avoided in pregnancy. Culinary turmeric is fine for most people. Before we leave this shelf, one shared note. A few of today's herbs, ginger, turmeric, garlic, and chamomile, can mildly thin the blood. On their own, usually minor, but if you take anticoagulant medication or have surgery coming up, they can add up. Talk to your clinician first. Fifth shelf, food as medicine. Moringa, I'll be straight with you. Moringa is a genuinely nutrient-dense leaf, vitamins, minerals, protein, a valuable food, and a traditional dietary plant in many cultures. That part's real, but you'll see it sold as a miracle tree that treats diabetes, cancer, you name it. The honest truth? Strong human evidence for those medical claims just isn't there yet. So enjoy Moringa as a nourishing food, and let the miracle marketing go. Use the leaf, the root, bark, and flowers can be toxic, and avoid Moringa supplements in pregnancy. As an everyday food, the leaf is well tolerated. Last shelves, and it's not a supplement at all. Calendula, the humble pot marigold, earns its place as a topical. Creams and ointments can soothe minor skin irritation and small wounds. This one's for your skin, not your smoothie. The evidence is for topical use. And remember our Daisy family note: patch test first if you're sensitive. And there it is, your first herbal medicine cabinet. Digestion, ginger and peppermint. Calm, ashwagandha, chamomile, lavender. Immune, elderberry and echinacea. Heart and joints, garlic, green tea, and turmeric. Nutrition, moringa. Skin, calendula. 12 plants, each with an honest rating and each with its own way of being used well. But notice what you actually learned. Not just a list, but a way of thinking. Form matters. And natural doesn't mean risk-free. It means respect. Learn those two ideas, and you can evaluate any herb you'll ever meet. You don't need all 12 at once. Pick the one that fits your life right now, and get to know it well. Build your herbal knowledge one plant at a time. With curiosity, respect, and good evidence. That's the whole pure herbal wisdom way. If that's the kind of grounded, honest herbalism you've been looking for, subscribe and grow with us. To go deeper, the Pure Herbal Wisdom app puts 300 herbs in your pocket for just $4.99 a month. And our Advanced Herbal Wisdom course takes you further into formulation and traditional systems. And next episode, we pull the very first herb off the shelf for a full deep dive. Ginger, from kitchen staple to genuine home remedy. Your ancestors knew the plants. Now you can too. See you next time.